Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about how you convert circles to standard form, similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the normal version. If you want the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly, I'll link that in the description below. For your Ricasso Recap, you should already know how to complete the square and you should know what standard form is for circles. If you want refreshers on either of these two topics, there will be videos in the description below. Please go watch those before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So over here on the left, we have our steps. Okay, so this is a circle, but it's not in standard form. So we need to convert it with these steps. So step one says move variables to one side and constants to the others. So, you know, variable, 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 variable. This is a constant, so we got to move it over. So we're going to do minus 114 on both sides. So now we have 3x squared plus 3y squared minus 54x minus 18y equals negative 114. Step one is done. Step two in green. Let's do it here. Coefficients on x squared and y squared must be 1. Coefficients are the number in front of the x squared and y squared. So these threes need to be 1s. Okay, they must be 1. So in order to do that, we divide if necessary. So we're going to divide everything. And it's really important here that you divide every single term, every single number here by the 3. So when we do that, we are left with 1x squared plus 1y squared minus 18x minus 6y equals 38, I believe. Negative 38. Okay. Step 2 is done. Step 3 in purple. Group x and y. So put the x's together and put the y's together. So now we have 1x squared minus 18x and then plus 1y squared minus 6y equals negative 38. All right, so we have grouped. So step 3 is done. All right, step 4 in red. Complete the square for x and y separately. We should know how to complete the square. So by separately, I mean you need to do a completing the square for this, and then you need to do a completing the square for this. So again, we should know how to do that, so I'm not going to show all the work here. For this one, you're going to get x minus 9 squared. And for the second one, you're going to get x minus 3 squared equals, important here, okay? When you complete the square, make sure that you add your numbers on the other side. So this would have been plus 81, and this would have been plus 9. And I apologize, I don't know why I put x here. These were the y's, so let's fix that. Should have been y minus 3 squared. And then when you add all these together, you get 52. So final answer is x minus 9 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 52. And now this is in standard form, so we are good to go. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem here is the work. Colors correspond to the steps in the previous slide. And for the second problem here is the work and final answer. Now for this problem, it has a little trick to it, so let's work through it. Move the variables, so steps don't change. Plus 2x equals 35. So I move the 2x over first. Cool. Now, you'll notice step 2 is already done, right? These are already with a coefficient of 1. So don't need to do anything for step 2. We're going to group the x and y. X squared plus 2x plus y squared equals 35. And now when you complete the square, okay, something weird happens. So for the x's, nothing weird here. This just becomes x plus 1 squared. But for the y's, okay, what you're ending up with is, there's no b term, so it's just y plus 0 squared equals, over here we would have 35 plus 1. So now, all right, this looks good here. Y plus 0 squared is just y squared. So we're just going to put y squared. You don't put the parentheses, basically. And then equals 36. This is the standard form. Okay, no reason to put the parentheses if it's a 0.
All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video. Try these last 2 problems on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we'll check your answers. Okay, now they've had time to work these problems. Let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem here is the work and final answer. And for the second problem here is the work. Not much to do here since it's basically almost in standard form already. And so that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.